Hello friends, my name is Masood. Today we shall discuss about a topic, the Chief Scrum Master role and his responsibilities. So friend, let's start. First of all, I will request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well so that my new videos can reach to you. So let's start, friend. Chief Scrum Master. Friend, first of all, this is necessary to understand the Scrum basically. Scrum is the framework or methodology which we use to implement the software or IT based projects. It is a approach which is basically based on the agile or iterative based approach in which we divide the project into multiple chunks and deliver it to the customer in sprint. Actually, sprint is a 3 to 4 weeks time period. So this is a very high level definition or concept of Scrum. Scrum is a methodology or framework which we use to implement the software or IT based project. It is a iterative based approach or agile based approach. Now there is a role called as first role is the Scrum Master, and then another is the Chief Scrum Master. A Scrum Master is a role who is the person who is the facilitator or the servant leader for the team. He is basically a person who is has great knowledge, complete knowledge about a Scrum body of knowledge. He ensure that all the best practices of the Scrum framework should be followed properly, like sprint planning meeting, sprint review meeting, daily stand-up meeting. He is making sure that team is following the best practices of the Scrum framework. And also they make sure that if there is any issue or problem during the implementation of a project, so they should be resolving those issues as well. Now what is the role of a Chief Scrum Master? Chief Scrum Master is basically a role which came into a picture when we talk about scaling the Scrum framework. Like if Scrum Master is a person who is managing 4 to 5 team members, okay, who is talking with the 4 to 5 team member. Just now imagine that there are 4 to 5 teams are there, like for example 20% or 30% team is there. So now they need a Chief Scrum Master who is basically managing those team. He is basically a person who is managing the Scrum Master. Actually, he is basically coordination with the teams. He is coordinating with the Scrum Master, and a Scrum Master is basically talking to or discussing with the Scrum team actually. So the role of a Chief Scrum Master is necessary to ensure proper collaboration among the Scrum teams. Coordination across various Scrum teams working on a project is typically done through the Scrum of Scrum meeting. What is now a Scrum of Scrum meeting? A Scrum of Scrum meeting, or SOS, is basically came into a picture when we talk about scaling of a Scrum framework. Like for example, there are two teams. For example, five team in one team, 5 team member in one team, and 5 team member in another team. So the Scrum Master from team A and a Scrum Master from team B, they are having a Scrum of Scrum meeting. In this meeting, they are discussing whatever the issues, what has been done, what has they are going tomorrow, what are their planning, whatever the issues and risks are there. So the Scrum of Scrum meeting is a meeting in which we do for the scaling framework. Actually, a scaling of a project, that means scaling means that managing a project, a larger project actually. Okay, so then in that case the role of a Chief Scrum Master is also appear. The responsibilities of the Chief Scrum Master is first of all the training and the coaching as well. Training and coaching means that every team is needed the training, whatever the required, the coaching as well, how things should be done. So first responsibility of a Chief Scrum Master is to conduct the required skill set for the team, and if they need any coaching, so they provide it as well. Challenge the existing behaviors. Many times it happens that the organizations are not ready to accept the changes in their organizations or their implementation approach. So the Scrum Master, Chief Scrum Master especially, that means he has a senior level position, so they can talk to CTO or CEO of the company that what are the advantages of using the Scrum framework, what should be done if there's any problem or issues in the current approaches, so it should be have to be changed as well. Provide and maintain the tool as well. Tool means that for example team needs a Jira software, for example, so Chief Scrum Master has the authority so that they can talk to the CTO of a company that they need a budget, they need a software tool for the Jira implementation. They are Chief Scrum Master is a person who is managing those tools and those necessary software tools as well. Here remember that not necessary only the tools, but all the required resources. For example, if they need any type of particular training, if they need any particular type of software, so the Chief Scrum Master is also managing those things as well. Define and refine the metrics as well. Definition means that means that, for example, quality standards should be there, the scope requirements should be there, so they are managing all those metrics related to scope, quality, costing as well. Help establish communities of practice. So Chief Scrum Master is basically a person who basically establish a whole community actually for practicing the Scrum framework. Ensure the consistency means that for example, one team is for example only 5 days they conduct the stand-up meeting for daily stand-up meeting. Okay, after 5 days they are not managing, they are not conducting the stand-up meeting. So just Chief Scrum Master make sure that the stand-up meeting should held on daily basis for 15 minutes. It should not be the case that it is held for one day it held and after 5 days it is not holding. Then coordinating with the teams as well, coordinating with the Scrum team, coordinating with the Scrum Master. If whatever the issues they are facing, they should be discussed and resolved as well. So it is also a important responsibility of the Chief Scrum Master. Then ongoing Scrum promotions, like the Chief Scrum Master has the responsibility to do the appraisals of the Scrum Master, whatever judge the performance of the Scrum Master. If they are facing, if they are lacking in some area, if they are having some problem, so Chief Scrum Master always try to resolve those issues and do the promotions and do the appraisals and confirmation of Scrum Masters as well. So Chief Scrum Master is a senior level position actually. Then developing the approach, overall approach of the organization is basically defined by the Scrum Master. Company level education, company should be educated, that means the company should be properly educated about the Scrum framework. Impediment escalation, that means if whatever the issues are arising, it should be escalated to the senior management of the like CTO, CO. It should reach there whatever the issues are there, so that it can be resolved as well. HR for the Scrum Master, like whatever the needs of a Scrum Master, like training, coaching, promotions, probations, all the planning, reviews, mentoring, so all those things are managed by the Chief Scrum Master as well. Impediment management, that means whatever the issues are there at a higher level, Chief Scrum Master is responsible to manage and resolve those bottlenecks issues as well. Managing the changes as well, the changes mean that whenever we start a project, so after initiation of a project, like we face the changes, we those changes are also managed by the Chief Scrum Master. Maintaining the effective communication, this is a very important role, important aspect of a Scrum Master, that he is basically a person who is managing the communication among different teams, with the Scrum Master, with the Scrum team, with the product owner as well, chief product owner as well. So he should be a very good communicator as well. So thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks for watching the video. Thank you.